And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is weird. It is Wednesday, and we're here. Yes, normally I don't stream on Wednesday. Normally I stream on Thursday, but I can't stream tomorrow because I have to work. It's sad. There is sadness all around, and we're just gonna have to deal with the sadness. So let's get back into some Minecraft, and we're going to be doing something a little strange today. Yeah, I'm going to be playing with color. Right, the Guardian farm is working, okay? And I've solved a problem I was dealing with on yesterday. So I'll show you that in a second. But as we were talking, I thought that maybe it would be fun to set this thing up with the color scheme that's behind me. Here, so it's basically going to be something along these lines, right? We're going to take the prismarine bricks, some pale oak, some purple, and blackstone, okay? Now, I admit, this is a little bit of a weird color combination, but I think it works. The only other thing I might add to this maybe would be some pink. Right, I could get some cherry wood in this mess and do some of that. So, that's a possibility. I don't know. But whatever. We're going to figure this out. Because, as I said, the farm is actually working. Now, when I'm down here, we won't get much, the occasional guardian flopping down, but let me show you what I did, because this is ridiculously silly how easy this was to solve. Okay, so let me hop up here to the AFK spot for a second. So that the farm will be running. All right. Now, here was the fun, right? You had all of these guardians that were spawning, just like these little guys here, okay? And what was happening is they were coming in here and they were playing bumper cars, and they were colliding and they were just not making it back. Well, I solved that by just putting blocks above the trapdoors. Yeah, they do still sometimes get a little bit weird. Like sometimes they'll want to jump across the corner to one of the other sides, but then they get pushed in. They don't hang around up there too long. So yeah. It's great. We now have, falling fish of, whatever. Which is good because we're going to need all of their whatevers. Because if I'm going to be using all of the prismarine, I'm going to need prismarine. And it turns out we don't have a whole lot of that. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be an issue. But the farm is working. So let me get over here and sneeze. Okay, sorry, sneezing. So yeah, we definitely have ourselves some sea lanterns. We've got a little bit of prismarine. A little bit of prismarine brick. I'll put that in there. Now, we should be getting prismarine brick at roughly twice the rate we're getting, or we should be getting prismarine blocks at roughly twice the speed that we're getting prismarine bricks, because it takes half as many blocks. Oh man, I'm gonna have to stop and blow my nose. Okay, right, because these take 4 shards, these take 9, so we should get these in 4/9 the time that it takes to get blocks. So if we get a whole row here, we should have roughly 4 here. Now we're not getting that, but that I think is actually, that was a problem I ran into over here. I'd actually had some water pour out here while I was putting the runway in, and it washed out some redstone up here. So I've got that back in place and everything's good. But I think that did end up eating some of my some of my shards and things. So yeah, so that's a thing. And one thing I might do, I wonder if I can flip a switch here on this and tell it to not collect. Yeah, tell it to not collect shards for sea lanterns. I think I can. It's just going to be a little bit. Yeah, I think if I put a lever right here, I can tell it, don't make sea lanterns, just put all of your effort into making other things. Okay, and that might be a good thing. Okay. I might have to do that if I want to have enough blocks to do this. All right. So, before we move on, I'm going to blow my nose real quick because otherwise this is about to get really bad. So, hang on just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, it's just spring is here, and that means high winds, and that also means my allergies get smashed. So that's not fabulous. Okay. Just in any sense of the situation, it's not. Okay, so we can put our redstone away because we are done with that. All right, and then random box full of randomness. Trims, Nautilus armor. Yeah, all sorts of good stuff. Okay, so what is this going to look like? Now, I like taking these, oops. Maybe let's not gesture with the pickaxe, especially while I have the haste beacon going. Right, so we've got these 4 colors. And they're going to be great, okay? The catch, or the question perhaps, is how am I going to use all of this stuff, okay? I think, obviously, the pale oak, I think, is going to be the easiest to use as the, I guess, the main color, okay? Because everything else here is going to be a little bit funky. Now, on the other hand, I could use the all this stuff, right? I could use the blackstone. Yeah, I mean, I could use the blackstone, so it would be dark first, and then all of this stuff. I don't know, and I don't know. I don't know anything. That's just all there is to it. I know nothing. All right, so before I go meandering about showing all of my ignorance, let's craft up a handful more hoppers here. There we go. And what I want to do is I want to come down here and see if I can figure out a little bit of... Oh, go away. See if I can figure out where I want all of this to go. Also, yeah, flora is going to happen here. Okay, so I think what I want to do is let's... if I break that, it's going to be a mess. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, totally. Absolutely fine. Okay, so let's open that up. So I do want to be able to load a shulker box there. I think what I want to do, let's go ahead and pop this out. And let's see if I can figure out where I want all of the chests and things to come down here, okay? Because that's going to be sort of important as part of this process, right? So I think what I want to do is let's maybe put this here. Okay. with the idea that I'm going to be able to slap shulker boxes down, right? Right here, right? So shulkers will feed into that. And then, nope. Hang on. I can scaffold. I can. I have the technology. All right, so let's see now. Obviously, I'm going to need a chest there. I think maybe if I put this way. Just trying to figure out where I want. No, let's not. If I do something a little bit more traditional. See, what I'm thinking is I may want to put, say, I don't have a sea lantern on me, but okay. I kind of think what I might want to do is put a sea lantern on top of this. Okay. See, we can still open the chest. I may put something else behind it, but because of that, I don't want to put in, yeah, so maybe I do want to put in hopper there. So I'm just trying to figure out how the heck I want to get, oops, all of this in here. Okay, and it looks like this might end up being the way it's going to happen. Okay, is that we hit our head on this. That's cool. Right, that goes there. Then we hopper. Right, we're just going to be doing. Okay. This is the one problem with scaffolding. Okay. Scaffolding does have other problems, I'm sure, but that's definitely one of them. Okay, and that was a me problem. Sorry about that. Okay, so if we do it this way. Oops. All right, and then we just pop our chests down like so. Like so. Oh, nope. Lots of nopes happening there. Okay, so now all of our stuff will make its way down here. Right, again, pretend like we're going to have a shulker box right there. Okay, so this will all come in this way. I won't be able to see those chests directly, these ones back here. But that's okay, right? It'll be fine? I think it'll be fine. So, all right, so if we pull these out this way, is that right? Yeah, I think so. All right, and then I'm going to need blocks. Well, just use this blackstone that I happen to have on me for reasons. All right, now part of the reason I'm wanting to do this is I want to get an idea of what this wall is going to look like before I start playing with some of the colors, because one of the challenges I'm going to have here is looking at this like, what's this floor going to look like? Right. What's the wall doing? Right. What is all of this? What is all of this? Okay. And that's just definitely one of those things I don't have an answer to. So we'll figure it out. Snooper says my theory is that you're in a spring mood and that's the color palette. Yes. Okay. That's fair. I could certainly see an argument for that. It's spring, therefore we must have the most pastel of palettes. I could totally see that. All right, and then these guys go in here. And we're gonna need some more chests. I think it'll be okay though, right? Said the only thing I don't have here right at the moment is pink, which honestly would probably fit in there very well. I just don't have it yet. I mean, okay, I've got a bunch of cherry wood. It's just not here. Oh, you have some in your ender chest? Yeah, I've got some in my storage too. I just don't have it here. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just pop this way. We've got the hoppers in place. No. Apparently all the no's. And the no's have it. Not helpful, yeah. Yeah, no, it's fine. Also not helpful, where I'm at. Do I have... Yeah, I do have hoppers. Okay. I'm gonna have to go craft up a bunch more hoppers. On the plus side, Snoopers, I did fix the traffic jam problem, so that's cool. It turns out it was really easy. It's not a perfect solution, but it's really close, so I'll take it. Yeah, yeah, no more mosh pit. I mean, kinda. It said it wasn't perfect. But here, let me show you, because this was cool. Hop back up here to my hyper encased ack of doom. Everyone should have an ack of doom. That's just, you know, common knowledge, right? If you don't have an ack of doom, are you really even trying? Okay, is that something you really... No, it's not. So you really need to have a good ack of doom. Anyway, so we're now getting the Guardians in. Let me free cam in here. I just put blocks above all of those fence gates. And now, yeah, they'll bump into each other a little bit. But ack of doom equals work. That's fair. That is very fair. Yeah, so now they'll bump into each other a little bit, or sometimes they'll want to change sides and stuff like that. But mostly, they just fall down. So we don't have the crazy bumper car situation we were dealing with yesterday. So yeah, they do bump each other once in a while and things like that. But it's not the crazy mosh pit. It's just like trying to check out at Walmart. Okay, it's really a little bit more civilized, not nearly as much pushing and shoving, and a lot more dead fish, which is, I'm okay with that. Okay, so that's good. So the farm's going to work significantly better. Like I said, the one thing I might do is, right now it's basically trying to make sea lanterns first. And I think what I might have to do, and maybe not now, is rig up some levers so that I can tell it to stop collecting the sea lanterns and or stop feeding the crafter for the sea lanterns, and instead send all of the prismarine shards out to craft blocks and stuff. Right? Do we have a source of ink? Not here, unfortunately. Did I miss something? I do have an ink farm back in the Badlands, though. Okay, so we should be seeing... Oh, right, everything's down here in the hoppers. Yes, because that's how this works. All right. Again, the idea was that I was going to be able to load up shulker boxes here to collect the stuff. So if I wanted to, I could just plug in a shulker box, let it fill up, and go. But yes, I do have it's a fairly slow squid farm, but it does exist. Okay. Great. So now that we have the wallow chests, we're going to definitely need to change things up here. So long story short, yes, we do. Yep. Yeah, if you're over in the Badlands, off to one side, and I forgot which one, there is a small farm for ink. So it is very possible to AFK there and get all the stuff. Okay, which is great. Okay, so do I have room in my bundle? I do. Just throw all those crafting tables in there. Because if you're not carrying around 12 crafting tables, are you even trying? All right. So, yeah, so the question now is what to do with this. All right, you know what? I'm going to go grab some cherry. You know, it just... If we're going to go pastel, we are going to go all the way. We are going to build a mad science lab that'll make My Little Ponies happy, okay? This is just where we're going with life. Over there. This is where I'm going with life. Across the roof into my portal. Fairly certain I've got some... I should have some saplings even if I don't have a lot of wood. All right. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that's one thing I don't have set up with that system is I don't have it any way for it to craft up other things. I don't have a way for it to just drop prismarine. I don't have a way to have it to just drop or to craft dark prismarine or any of that nonsense. Okay, cherry. All right, we'll go ahead and bring some saplings. And I do have some logs, so I'll bring those so we can play around with some color. Ooh, bamboo is sort of, you know, actually it is, bamboo definitely is. I think it might be a little bit too saturated for this, but yeah, let me go grab a stack of bamboo blocks and we'll bring it back to take a look. But I think it's going to be a little bit wrong. I don't know whether it's because you've got the green, which I think is just the wrong green. I don't think it's going to go well with the prismarine. Words. I can't words today. Not that that makes it any different from any other day, but still. There's just a distinct lack of words happening here. All right, we'll grab a couple of stacks of blocks. Do we need more chests? Yeah, we'll bring more chests. Why not? All right, so yeah, this will be the thing. But I think both the green and the yellow. So I don't think the green's going to match the prismarine, and the yellow I think it's going to be too saturated. So I don't have the word salad affliction your youngest has. That's fair. Okay. It's like one of these days I'll spit out the right word. Eventually. All right. Okay. Rubber banding there a little bit. That's cool. Oh, I've just used way too many torches. Also, where the heck? Okay. I restocked my torches just before stream, or at least in my inventory, and now I'm almost out again. But I did spend a lot of them flying up and down to the AFK spot. I think when we're done with the building, I might actually set up some bubble columns or something to get over there. All right. Woo. Okay, step 1, more rockets. Okay. All right, step 2, let's go ahead and plant some saplings. Okay, we'll just get a little cherry growing. And if I don't use it, that's fine. It just means I will have cherry. So, so that's good. Once again, the proliferation of shulker boxes continues. All right. What I want to do is let's grab some cherry planks here. And let's throw them in here somewhere. I'll slide this over. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it's definitely a thing. And now, the bamboo, so I think the bamboo is going to be just a little bit too... Yeah. Bamboo planks. Yeah. Yeah, see, I think I think the bamboo planks might be a little bit much. What might work is, I'll place them just when you hit enter. That's fair. What might work is sand, like sandstone. Okay, let's slap that up there. Yeah, see, I think the bamboo, it's just going to be it's too bright. You wish the pink were smoother? That's fair. And there's the pink. All right. Now, what we could try... Yeah, see, what I might do with this is maybe not use the planks quite as much, but take the... Yeah, see, that's looking a little bit better. Yeah, the bamboo is going to be out. The green's definitely out. And I think the yellow... I think the yellow is going to be out too. Just... Okay. Bamboo can go in this box without scaffolding. Okay. Yeah, see, I think that's a little bit better. I think that'll work a little bit better. Now, I did bring some jeez, man, brain. I did bring some purple because I had a bunch over in the from the ancient city. So we can play with that a little bit. Unfortunately, there is no smooth purple. Okay. It's just the bricks and the that mess. And there are no stairs and slabs or anything like that. It's all blocks. So wherever we use the purple, it's going to have to not be a place that's going to be, you know, detailed and stuff, right? The prismarine, I believe prismarine has, yeah, we do have stairs and slabs, at least in prismarine. At least prismarine brick. The regular, the walls exist in regular prismarine, so we can go there too. You wish for cherry leaves to rain petals down upon the farm? We could make that happen. Also, I may get some pink glass. Right. Because I do want to close up these areas here behind, that's on top of this. So maybe some pink glass or something else coming up in here to give us some extra color and stuff, right? All right, but I wonder. If only there was some sand around here. Okay. And I know I've got like a shulker box that's got stacks upon stacks, but we're going to take this. What would this look like if we took sand? That might actually do it. Maybe not the sand specifically. But if we... Not the chiseled sandstone. That would be silly. Sandstone! Yeah, if we use sandstone for the floor, that'll give us a fairly nice floor. And then something that'll be fairly neutral. And then we can build the rest of this up in fun places. I don't know what I want to do for the ceiling. Okay. But I'm liking where we're at so far with the colors. I really do like this. Okay. So. Okay. So far, so good. Now, one of the issues we've got is that I don't have a lot of blocks. Somebody say fish fountain? Yeah. It's absolutely the fish fountain. We've got all of these happy little guys here. Also, this column that's currently all these pale oak planks, that's changing. I don't know what to, but it is 100% changing. Also changing. Yeah. I'm going to go turn off, temporarily at least, the sea lantern portion of the farm. We have plenty of sea lanterns. So what I'm going to do... Yeah. What we're lacking here is the crystals. But I'm just going to pop up here and lock this. We'll do this on the other side. So in the what we'll do is I'm going to AFK a little bit tonight, maybe some tomorrow, and this one, yeah. Okay, cool. That'll lock that, and all of our happy little drops. Right, all of our shards will go into making the blocks, okay? Because we're going to need a lot more blocks than we're going to need everything else, so. All right, now, I think just to make life a little bit easier, let's go ahead and grab some sea lanterns. What I'm going to do, at least for the moment, I don't know if I totally like this plan. Just hang on. Let's move this crafting table and stuff over here. But I think what I'm going to do is let's maybe make a bunch of stairs. Or at least 3 of them. Okay. And what I want to do is stairs. There we go. I think I want to come back here and I want to put stairs in and just mark where they're at in the storage, okay? It's a really simple trick. This is the stuff. So we'll just pop that right there. This side is the blocks. And then one more prismarine. One more sea lantern. Okay. Okay, and then this is all fish. Okay. So, yeah, we're going to have plenty of fish. Okay. Fish is not going to be a problem for us ever. Yeah, if I get really crazy, we may bring some fishermen down. Oops. And be able to trade with them. But for now, we'll do that. Now, I could leave the shulker boxes their regular color, but I think dyeing them to something else would be nice. But floor. Right, so if I'm going to bring the floor in and make it sandstone. And the reason I did this way is so that I can put blocks above this and build a wall up and a ceiling and hide all of the garbage that's back here. Okay. So, right, let's see what I got in the way of sandstone. Oh, I don't have sandstone here. All right, back to the base. Running back to the Badlands. Also, we have a turtle in a boat. So, you know. I've got a couple of other things I want to build in this area. Okay, I think I want to build a big, like, 64 furnace array. So you can just cook stacks of stuff very quickly. Okay? We'll make it kelp powered. It'll be great. Sandstone, right. And I said I think I also want to add a fairly significant wheat farm over there. Okay, so those are problems for future me, but something to keep in mind as we go through this. Sand. Okay, that's all smooth sandstone. It's regular sand. I mean, the smooth sandstone will be nice, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. But that's okay. We'll take it with us. I'm sure there'll be places where it will be really helpful. And since it's already cooked up, we'll just go with it. The other thing I have zero... Whoa, okay. I guess we're doing it this way. The other thing that I have zero idea of what I'm going to do is... well, maybe zero is a little strong. I actually have more than zero idea what I'm going to do for the shape of the building. Okay. That, I think I actually have an idea. But I'll need to mark some stuff out first. But I don't know what material it's going to be made out of. This is going to be one of those builds that I do so often. It's going to be an interior first build. Okay. I'm definitely following the Ethos Lab version of building. All right. Wherein I build the interior first. Okay. So... all right, so what I want to do is let's just move out here for a minute. Okay, we'll have the smooth sandstone. It'll be useful later. Let's go ahead and get this in place. Just axing. Sorry, I was axing for a friend. All right, now... the other thing I think I'm going to do, right, because we're going to be up here on the floor like this. We'll have shulker boxes, at least theoretically, we'll have shulker boxes blocking that off. Let's go ahead and grab some sea lanterns and slap them back behind the hoppers, okay? we're not going to see them much. At least that's the idea. But they'll give us plenty of light, okay? Which is a good thing. All right, now I'm going to have to bring some floor out this way, obviously, because, you know, there's going to be more stuff happening out here, but we'll start with that. Okay? All right, now, unfortunately, this is a little bit wonky because, hey, this is indicators of stuff. I could change these out. In fact, I might turn those stairs upside down. Or more accurately, turn them right side up. Just because of the way I'm looking in underneath them. It's a little awkward, so. Cool. Really? Nope. I'm not using chests for anything. We're going to do it all in shulker boxes because those are, I can pick them up and put them places. Okay. That's a thing that's doable. All right. Makes cleanup a lot easier. I can eventually just throw it all into a sorting system and not have to worry about it. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. You can still see those chests back there, but it's okay. All right, so let's see. I have some purple blocks and said oh, I guess there are stairs and slabs of purple. I forgot about that. Okay. So I stand corrected on the other stuff. Let's grab some pillars, okay? And I think, what if I do something along those lines, maybe? Hang on, I need more floor. I keep stepping off of this and it's throwing me off. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go mine some sandstone. All right, so we can then put whatever I want to along the top of this. I don't know what I want, but I can place it there. If I don't do that there, what if I put something else there? Like if I could maybe use the pillars. That might get a little bit too repetitive, but it's something. Okay. And I'm going to need an ender chest here. Levers. Okay, see, we got stuff. Also, the soul sand actually belongs in this happy little box. Okay. Great. Great. Oh, the greatness. All right, so we could do something along those lines. Now, I do like... I don't think I want to leave it the raw blackstone. I just want to see the color here. Yeah, so if I mean, the shulker boxes will be shulker boxes. I mean, that can be... We can dye them black and they'll be fine. Let's see. Let's turn this into... Not the chiseled. Polished, I guess. kind of. Okay. There's a definite kind of going on here. Okay. I want to use the blackstone, but I want to use it more as an accent. Okay, so where things are going to get things are going to get a little bit crazy. What if I, rather than put it here, what if I start the wall so that this is sunken in? Oh, that might be cool. All right, so how? How do I do the thing? Oh, I had an idea. It kind of hurts my wee little mind. Yeah, don't you hate it? You get an idea, and it just tingles in all the wrong ways, but maybe also the right ones, and that's okay. Maybe we okay with having tingly minds? Does your mind tingle? You know, is tingle now just a word that shouldn't be used ever again? Yeah, probably. Okay, let's use some trapdoors. Oh, and since I'm up here, let's go ahead and sleep. And why do I have ice up here? Because I probably just placed it. Didn't mean to. You know, it's a thing. It's totally a thing. I get it. Just because I don't know what I'm doing. All right. And yes, we'll be throwing a floor over all of this. But yeah, I don't know if you saw those shards make their way over here. That's a good thing. Okay, that means our happy little crafter here is collecting stuff. Again, slowly, because I don't have any of the caves lit. If we had the caves lit down underneath, then this farm would be working constantly anytime we're over here. And that's a good thing. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, trapdoors. So first thing I'm going to do is okay, we're going to, oops, stop. We're going to trapdoor across the top here. Okay. Right. Because otherwise those chests, they're throwing off the vibes. Okay. And this, we've got a much better vibe going on this way. Okay. All right. I like that. I don't like this. Okay. Purple, to be fair, purple is a hard block to use. And we're going to be trying to use it, but it's definitely going to be weird. All right, so what? I guess what I need to figure out here is what this is going to look like. I just realized I don't need those there anymore. All right. Getting a wind warning tonight. Time to grow some more gray hair. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. It's spring here, and so we're under wind warnings probably for the next 2 months. Maybe 3. So I get it. It's not the most fun ever. Also, one of these. Yeah, let's take this. Because I remember we're going to be using pale oak for part of this process too. So, heck. Honey. Honey is a block I'm not using. All right, so this will come down here. Because organization, that's that just random box of garbage. Okay, so do I want to run cherry across that or something else? I think there's lots of something else here. Suppose you could chop again? Yeah, if you want to. That would be cool. Apparently, I'm going to need cherry, so was definitely not expecting that. The pale oak? Absolutely, it was expecting that. That was the plan. Okay. Yeah, see, the pale oak does have a little bit of a pink vibe to it. It's just a warm color of white. Speaking of warm colors of white, maybe hang on. Let's oops, that's the stonecutter. Hi. Let's try this again, this time with the right blocks. Let's see. Let's try this not with the pink trapdoors, but with pale oak. Okay. The pale oak has the advantage of being a solid door. But yeah, no, don't feel like you have to come chop and stuff. If you want to, that's awesome. If you don't want to, that's also awesome. But maybe? Oh, let's try something just a little bit silly. Oh, you need to do something while you're listening. That's fair. Check that out. Look at that color. Ooh, that is really cool. Okay, it's not nearly as impressive in front of the sea lanterns. But that is really cool. The way that the green of the prismarine is popping through the pink grid here of the trapdoors. Oh, that is so cool. All right. I love it. Still may do something with these, but oh, I do love it though. That is so cool. Also, what would look really cool is that here, let's pop it up here so it's easier to see. Right, putting the black stone behind the pink trapdoor too. But that is a really cool look. Now, the prismarine, of course, changes colors. So that's going to be an extra breed of something too. But let's see. So I want to do a little bit of something here. So let's bring this pale oak up this way. So I don't know if this is quite what I want to do with it, but is that? No, that's way too pale. Sorry. It's like going out into the sun for the first time in months. That's how pale we're talking here. Okay, so right. So let's see. What can we do? So if I were to come in with the other prismarine. Okay. Right, so if I were to come in with the prismarine bricks, say right here. Right, this is going to bring some color. Yes. Yeah, I like what's happening here. Okay, so we're going to come up this way. Now, yeah, so I think now at this point, I could put a ceiling on top of that, and we could run whatever the ceiling is going to be across here. I don't know what that ceiling is going to be, but it definitely could exist. Okay. I like it when things exist, so, you know, that's a plus. Okay. All right, so something along those, just so we're not seeing quite into the back like that. Okay, something along those lines. All right. Cool, so if we pull this way, then I just need a line of something along the top there. And that might be where we can use a little bit of that purple. But let's use it somewhat judiciously. So let's take our purple blocks here. And woohoo, let's do this way. I think this ended up being an even number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. I had originally, I think, decided this was going to be 11, but then ran into issues with the thing. So it is what it is. Okay. But if we slide those in, 2, 3. Yeah, something like that. Let's go ahead and bring this across here. And then... Oh, I know it'll be cool. I know it'll be cool. Let's get ourselves bricks or polished. Let's go polished. Let's bring in some polished blackstone here. Okay, and we're going to run this right across here. Okay. And then, yeah, see, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. And then I need to figure out what's going to happen here for the ceiling. Now I could. Where did I put it? That's not it. I had. Did I leave it up there? I brought a shulker box full of smooth sandstone. Where did I put it? All right, no, this is the part where I now lose my mind. Okay. Okay, no, we got it. We're fine. Fine, I found it. It's okay. I'm not totally sold on that, but let's see, because there's a difference here. Smooth sandstone versus, yeah, the regular sandstone gets all cobbly down here on the bottom. Smooth sandstone, not so much. Okay, so if I were to come in with our smooth sandstone, okay, let's go ahead and run this across the top here. Okay, I'm not 100% convinced of this, but let's go ahead and just put this in place and we'll see what it looks like from the ground. See if maybe that's going to be okay. Is it okay with the having the same color ceiling as the floor? No. No, it's not. No, it is definitely not. I don't like that. I don't know what I want it to be, but that's not it. Right? Yeah, ever have those days? Like, yep. I don't know what I want, but I know what I don't. It's kind of what we're dealing with here. so great. So the question then is, what do I do for a ceiling? I mean, obviously we're going to need something. Something is good, right? Because I don't want to be down here in a nice, pretty room and to look up and see all of this. Okay. Now, there's something to be said for nice, some nice redstone and stuff, but this just isn't it. So, what do we put up there? Also, I'm not totally convinced about that purpur. For that matter, I'm not totally convinced about this stripped pale oak, but deal with it. So what to do with the ceiling? I almost want the ceiling to be darker. And that would be weird, right? Is that weird? To do a light colored floor and a dark ceiling? I know typically you see it the other way, where the ceiling is some flavor of white or gray or beige or something, and the floor is dark. Right, what I want to do, let's go and just polish up this blackstone here. And what I want to just do a blackstone ceiling. I'd probably turn it into slabs, but let's just see this with blocks first, and then we'll see. Said I'd use slabs just to stretch out my blackstone a bit. Okay, I don't hate it. Don't hate it. I don't know that I love it, but I don't hate it. Polished. There we go. Yeah, there's something there. I'm not. Yeah, if I were to come in with some like black concrete, that would be painful. So I think I'd want to change this out. But no, there's something here. I'm not vibing with it. I don't know why. Okay, there's definitely something here that's just not clicking. Okay, and I don't mean all of my droppers, because those are definitely clicking. I mean, do we bring in... Yeah, I need something. I mean, I could bring in, like, spruce. Oak might be a little bit too light. Good news is we've got a lot of spruce down here. So let's see. Spruce would be the most convenient. Oh, I actually have spruce on me, so that's good. All right, so let's figure out something here. I don't know what, but we're going to figure out something. Yeah, let's just get... I don't know what just happened, but... Okay, let's grab some planks. Because honestly, I don't know. Right, here, hang on, let's... Since we're right up here at the top anyway. Right, so here's our happy thing. Oh, right, there's our leaves. How does that spruce look with our colors here? I don't hate it, but I don't know. Yeah, it just feels like feels like something. I don't know what, but definitely something. Um, yeah, because all in all, it's not bad. Let's go ahead and put this. I mean, I could put. Thinking dark oak. Oh, that's an idea. Hmm. Yeah, the only my only complaint about dark oak. Yeah, my only complaint about dark oak is it's really saturated, which isn't horrible. I just think it's because we're dealing with a lot of pastels here. I worry that that's a thing. Um, what if? Because yeah, it's the spruce. Just don't know. I don't know. Uh, jungle. Oh, that's an idea. Okay. Let's try the jungle. Okay, so that maybe that might do it. Let's grab some planks here. That actually goes surprisingly well. All right. How to do? Maybe if I let's try this. Right, if I put the bamboo or the jungle here as the floor, right, and then we were to come up with smooth sandstone as the ceiling, right? Would that work? That might work. Because at least with the jungle we could do some fun stuff with. Man, all sorts of happy weirdness here. See, this is the problem. Okay, the I colors, man. This whole, let's be artistic and stuff, right? I can. But actually, I think this is going to work. Hang on. I want to move some of this jungle over here just so I can see what it looks like with the purple. Yeah, it'll be okay with the purple. Wow, I did not see that coming. Like the rain that is falling down upon my now soggy brow, I was not expecting this all this jungle to actually work, but it does. Okay. Yes. What a weird color thing, but I like it. And yeah, using the stripped bamboo. Oops. Sorry. Using the stripped bamboo instead of the unstripped logs. Yeah, that's going to help. It's got that little bit of green, which will blend in. Oh, what a weird color scheme, but I like it. You're noticing the colors in the strip jungle. Yeah, a little green, a little pink, which is why, like, when it comes out in the planks, it's blending really well with this mess. It's blending really well with all of our pale oak and our cherry and the purple and the all of our prismarine. which is becoming a really nice accent color, I think. And then, yeah, using the black stone as something that's bold, okay? Because we've got a lot of light pastels here, which is fine. We need something that sticks out. Yep. Yeah, jungle saplings, exactly. Do I still have... I used to have... No, I must have put it away. I used to have a bundle that I kept with me that had all of the saplings, but yeah, if you need some jungle saplings, well, I think I've got jungle trees at outside the ancient city, and I think I have saplings maybe in the storage in the Badlands if you don't have any already. But yeah, I like this. I like using the jungle for the floor. Okay, I think that's going to work out better. All right. So we had a... All right. So, if that's going to be the case then, let's pop this out. All this blackstone here. Okay, and then we'll get our smooth sandstone and we'll lay that out for the ceiling. Okay. We'll have to take a look. I might have some jungle wood as well, but I have to go find it. Jungle's not something I've used a lot of in this world, so it wouldn't surprise me if I was a little bit less. You have a stack and a half. Okay, awesome. All right, so sandstones, grab the smooth sandstone. And let's lay out a ceiling. I may end up changing that up there, but that's we'll worry about that in a minute. Okay. Because I think this is going to work out okay. Yeah. Now, so I think long term, we're going to be doing some other stuff in here. And I'm going to have some stuff up on this level up here as well. Okay. So we'll cover up the farm here and all of that stuff, but oh, okay. Group voice. Group. I am grouped. Okay. Today. Yes, I think this is going to work. Kind of all our happy little, well, okay. I'd like to have happy sandstone, but it's in the wrong place, and so therefore it is sad. Let's see. Let's see. What else is going on? Not a lot, but I think this is going to work. All right. Yeah. I think I want to change out some of what's happening there, but I like this. Actually, I think what I'll do, let's hop up this way. All right, let's go ahead and take out this top. And I want to come in here. Yeah, because I definitely want to get the purple in, so. How much area am I going to cover with the jungle? So I think the short answer to that is going to be lots. Yeah, because if I'm going to be using that for the floor, then yeah, we're going to cover, well, basically from here to somewhere over here. I need to lay out the storage and stuff on this side. And then out this way towards what I'm hoping is going to be a nice large storage system or furnace system. Okay. But also heading out, I don't know how much we'll dig out there. But then I think we'll do the same thing as we'll use the planks, and we're basically going to pave over this upper layer of the what's left of the monument. If our science lab, we'll pave that over with the jungle wood as well. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go a little bit crazy with it, but it's going to be great. All right. Oh, I was doing stuff. Sorry, I got so excited about, things and stuff, I forgot. What am I doing? All right, so let's get some... I want to get some regular prismarine blocks. Okay. I think. Use the blocks? No, I think I do want to use the bricks. Take that back. The blocks are cool, but... Oops. Well, that wasn't what I had in mind. Okay, those go back in there. And then let's go ahead and get our bricks here. All right. All right, so now let's go ahead and just bring this over. And I think what I'm going to do is fall off the scaffolding. Okay. Multiple times, actually. That really is the way to go. All of the multiples of falling is definitely going to be the way to go. Highly recommend, by the way, if you haven't fallen off your scaffolding today, it's probably good for your health and stuff. That's the theory? Probably? I don't know. Symptoms persist, call a doctor. Okay. So we've got a little bit of funkiness here I'd like to do something with. Or actually, funky is the wrong word. Maybe it's just a little plain is what I'm looking at. But I really do like this, the pink of the cherry over the prismarine. I think it just looks really cool. I don't know, maybe that stripe's okay? I don't know. It said it feels like it needs a little something, but I don't know what, but something. All right, we'll be fine there. So let's go ahead and bring this up. Actually, before I do that, because, I have the attention span of a drunken squirrel. Let's go ahead and get some more of the ceiling in place. All right. Yeah, we'll get the ceiling in place, and this way I'll have something I can target blocks against and all sorts of good stuff. Also, should probably be sure it's well lit. I don't know. That just seems silly. Because don't we want monsters spawning everywhere? Isn't that the idea? Turns out that is not the idea, so... yeah. Light it up, up, up. I don't know. There's probably more words to that song. I don't know. I've never actually watched K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't know what's where and when and how. Okay. You haven't either here. It's good. Yeah. It's I've heard great things, and I've seen or I've heard some of the music from it, which has been fun. I like K-pop anyway. Yep, I'm one of those guys. Yeah, I like K-pop, and I did... Jill Barup on her channel did a really fun analysis, not only of the movie, but of the fights. It's one of the things she does on her YouTube channel is she does fight analysis. She's a stage combatant, which is apparently a thing you can be. And she'll break down some of the fights and how they work, not just for the fight, but also for the story that they're telling. And so it was really cool. But see, I have the issue of, not having Netflix, so it makes it really hard to see Netflix movies. Sounds like something you would not want to watch an action movie with. Oh no, she's fun. She has a really weird sense of humor, which I really appreciate. Actually, she's got some merch I need to get, and I just have not had the free cash to do it. She's got a hoodie, right? So one of the things she likes to do is she'll do like armor rating. She'll look at armor from movies and stuff. It's like, how is this? As, would it actually work? That type of thing. How comfortable would this be? Could you actually fight in it? Well, that's like actually kind of cool. Right, that type of fun stuff. And one of her ratings, or she's got a couple. One is, yeah, just stab me now. If I had to wear this into battle, yeah, just stab me now. This is not whatever. But she also has a rating that's not actually armor. It's like someone says, oh, check out so-and-so from this thing. And their outfit, it's like, okay, this is great, but they're not actually wearing armor. This is a skin-tight bodysuit that kind of looks like it could possibly maybe have been armor once, but isn't. But that she's got a hoodie that just says that, not actually armor. And that would just be hilarious as a hoodie to wear, Okay, so the one thing that's not happening here is Purpur, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I did want to have Purpur in the build, so we're going to be doing some stuff with that. Do I want this to come out further? If I make this a little bit deeper. Okay, so if we maybe come out something along those lines. Oh, here's an idea. Let's take out that prismarine, which is, so it's a lovely prismarine, but all right. Those are the wrong blocks. There we go. You know what also goes really well with Purpur? The warped logs, like those warped mushroom tree things from the Nether. The regular unstripped logs go surprisingly well with Purpur. Yeah, that's got a cool vibe to it. Check that out. I like that. Okay. Yeah. So I think the plan here for this room, okay, and I should actually like mark out where walls and stuff are going to be, but maybe set up the storage on this side so I know where it's all going to go. But okay, that's a problem for future me. We'll deal with that later. But the idea is we'll come in from here. We'll have storage on this side. We'll have some storage on that side. And then we'll have a big furnace array doing magical stuff over here. Okay. I like this. And if we come in under here, so we'll replace all of this sandstone down here with the jungle, right? We'll jungle planks. Or maybe we'll do something fun with the logs. I'm not entirely sure. But that's actually kind of pretty. I like that. So I kind of feel like I need a little bit of something here where this pale oak stripe is, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I like it. I really like this, the way the Purpur is peeking through with the blackstone, right? So we get the blackstone walls, our Purpur pillar. So we get a little bit of that pink. And yes, it's this pinkish purple, so it's not the same as the cherry. but it gives us a little bit of a different shade, and I like it. I like what's happening there. All right, cool. All right, so throw that back in there so it's available as the storage. And yes, I do need to get in here with some shulker boxes and just set those up. But deal with that in a bit. So, all right. I mean, it is all that same purple after all. Could be fine, I guess. Right, I mean, I could just come right through here. Oops. Right, we'll just lay down some shulkers. Apparently, I'm going to need some more shulkers. Boy, it's a good thing I basically have infinite shulker shells. Otherwise, this would be expensive. How many do I need? 5. 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Ta-da! Okay. I'm not convinced I want them to stay the default shulker color, but for now, that does also bring a little bit of this. You know, it's just the wrong color. Curious. Did I guess they're mostly the same color. The shulkers are a little bit darker. Yeah. All right, that's fair. Okay, let's be sure I didn't put all the wrong stuff in. All right. And yes, and there we go. We have fish. Now, we could put the labels up here, right? And I could just replace all of these, right? Because I've got them here, right? I've got the sea lanterns and the bricks and stuff to show what's in the boxes down here. But it's okay. It's a subtle indicator of what's in the system there. And I'm kind of okay with it being subtle. But swapping these out for black shulker boxes, for example, might be a little bit nicer. All right. So let's go ahead and take a minute then, and let's figure out where the other side of this room is going to be so that I can set that up. So, all right. So that means we're going to need redstone. Of course, strangely enough, I had an ender chest down there that had my redstone box in it because, Okay, do I have, are there more sticks? One of these had sticks, yes. Okay, cool. I do have a few filter sticks in here, but I'm probably going to need some more. All right, so we need to come in under this side. Do I need anything from the ancient city for, yeah. I'd have you harvest the purple farm if I could remember how to do it. So otherwise, so for now we'll just let it go. You have to go, there's a way you have to go around to the back and fire off a bunch of arrows and stuff, and I just forgot how to actually get back there. Or at least I forgot in a way that I could actually explain it to somebody else. Okay, so 2, 3. Hi. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get back there and do some things. All right, well, that was not how that was supposed to work. Again, with the whole falling thing, you know, I'm good at that. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so let's see if I can. Oh, yeah, I can just peek right through there until the beacon's in the way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. All right. Now, just to keep it from filling up with stuff while I'm building out the sorting systems here, just fill each of those. Ah, darn it. I'm good at things. Okay. Yeah, the other thing I haven't decided how I'm going to deal with yet is the slime chunks that I've got over here. Sorry, my mind couldn't work on two things at once. It's like, I'm clicking on this hopper for a reason. I don't remember what that reason was, but I'm absolutely clicking on it. And it's a good reason that I was clicking on it too. I just don't know what that reason is. Yeah, that's where my mind is. Okie dokie. All right, let's build out some filters. Okay, so okay. I just robbed whatever was going on there. It's okay. My random box of garbage, do I have stuff? Okay. Don't. All right. You know what might be good too would be to maybe have something I can maybe over here somewhere that you can say, hey, dump stuff in here and let it cycle back through the sorting system. Right? So if you need to put prismarine back or fish or something else, it'll just, you can just throw it in there and let it cycle through. That'd be a good idea. It's one of the problems I have with some systems. It's like, I've built it. I can take stuff out, but I can't put anything back into it. Okay. So, let's see. What am I getting? I had... Do I have? Okay, I thought I had some more smooth stone, but maybe I don't. Some more regular stone. Did I put it somewhere? Nope, that's all glass. Okay. Well. Cool. Well, that's fine. I don't totally need it for... Oh. Oh, look, hey, look, shulker box is full of prismarine. We're in good shape. Don't have shulker boxes full of stone, but it's okay. All right, we'll grab this one. We'll just do it on chiseled stone. It's all good. I just need something that's obviously not anything else. And I have a crazy amount of chiseled stone. Because I was doing all that bartering with the villagers when I was breeding them up to get my stonemasons. And one of those early trades is chiseled stone, so I have a lot of it. Okay. Okay, so now we need to... Yeah, I think that goes... That. Yeah. Okay. It's one of those things like, hey, how do I build this filter again when I'm not looking at it the right way? Yeah, because I think this goes down this way. Yeah. Because that's where the repeater goes on that block I'm placing now. Okay. And then it comes back up. All right, so yeah, we'll have to get the repeaters and stuff in place. And, you know, all of the other redstone, because, you know, that's a thing. All right, let's see what I've got. Well, that's some repeaters, not nearly enough. Okay. Well, that's fine. Redstone dust that. Wow. My mind just totally stopped. It's like I'm looking at my storage, look at my inventory. There was a reason for it. I don't remember what that reason was. I'll tell you, I am not having the greatest mental day ever. Okay? Oh, I'm going to need stone. That I know we've got. I know there's a fair amount of sea lanterns. I know there's a fair amount of stone here somewhere, so. Because it's not like I didn't dig out a big area, or we, because Snoopers was awesome and helped with that. Oh, jeez. Okay, I heard the plants go, the bone mealing of stuff, and for a minute I thought it was a creeper, and just flipped out. Amethyst, huh? Yeah, amethyst crystals. That is a good idea. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I like we're gonna have the most blinged out science lab of all time, man. You're just playing. It's not a hint. No, absolutely not a hint. No, but it is a good idea. I don't know if we're gonna be doing a whole lot of it right offhand, but I like the idea. Also, what I like is having inventory space, which I don't have. And, okay, we're going to have to craft up a bunch of stuff. You know, everyone talks about, hey, Minecraft needs an inventory overhaul. Okay, and I would agree with that to some extent. However, I remember playing Create Mod and having a backpack that gave me huge amounts of storage space. Was my inventory any better? No, not even a little bit. In fact, it was 1,000 times worse. It was just a bigger mess. Okay, so that's not going to be solved by an inventory update. My inventory will just always be a mess. Okay, that's just how I roll. Okay. Speaking of rolling, we're going to grab some sticks. Just needs a remote thingy that taps into my storage. Yeah. Yeah, very cheaty. Yep. You know, I don't know that I actually played with a mod that did that. I mean, I played with one that could do that. I just don't think I ever did. Okay, grab some torches, and now I need the quartz. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, more stone. It's like, do I need to spend another rocket to get up there? Not today. Stone. All right, perfect. Let's go craft some redstone. Greatest joy of all time, the crafting of redstone. I'm going to need some more redstone torches, too. Which would be easier had I sticks. Now, I could craft said sticks, but, you know, we're getting a bunch of them from the trees. So, might as well take advantage of that. Okay. That goes in there. All right, so we now all right. So that's a thing, and now I need some actual redstone dust. Okay. And we've got a little bit of redstone dust action happening here. Not nearly enough, of course, but Some. Okay. All right. This is definitely one of those things that if you ever do any sort of redstone, impulse SV sorting systems are really easy to build. Apparently there are some improvements that have been made on it, but I haven't dug into those details, you know. All right. All right, cool. So those filters are in place. So the next thing that would have to happen is we have to match all of this stuff. All right, cool. Where did I put anything? Okay. Stone going there. All right. Let's go ahead and craft up 18 trillion chests and hoppers and stuff. Fortunately, we have crazy amounts of wood because Snoopers has been out here chopping. Okay. All right, so chests, more than that probably. Okay, so we'll just take all this spruce. All right. Chests and I have a fair amount of iron with me anyway. Okay, that should be, I don't know if that's going to be totally enough, but it's going to be close. All right, so let's get under here and see what I did. Okay, so down and then over and then chest. Okay. Sure. All right, yeah. This is probably, you know, I have access to what is probably the best temporary block in the game. And that is cool. No, it's all right. Right place? No. And it's the resin blocks, right? Because you can insta break them with your bare hands, right? Which is fabulous. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to take out one row of that ceiling. Okay, which is fine. All right, and this goes here. Oh, I need the darn it, I just broke stuff. That's okay. Anyway, so I have access to the resin block, and am I using it? No, not even a little bit. Okay, because I forgot to put the redstone torches in, all of the stuff drained out of those hoppers, but that's okay. We are going to do some other stuff. Hang on, just be sure I've got the sticks. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, this is all gonna work out great. Okay. Filter. I wanted to rename those sticks anyway. So, you know, I'll take it. Okay. Yeah, so we've got some happy little filter sticks. Okay, how are we doing on time? Time is fine. Yeah. So, again, the reason I'm streaming today instead of Thursday is I have to work tomorrow. Yeah, we're doing some maintenance, and we're working around construction, which means we have to go in at like 7 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. And 9 works great because I can stream, and then as long as I'm, you know, pay attention to the clock, I can be done and everything's great. But 7 is a problem because that's right in the middle of my stream day. So hence the thing. In other news, I think I'm recording my next podcast episode with my wife on Saturday, so that'll be cool. Yeah, that'll be all sorts of fun. We had a lot of fun with that other one that we did. Oh, you know what would be really cool though? Let's finish this up before I put everything away, huh? Yeah, so it's going to be all sorts of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's gotten to a point now every once in a while, my wife and I'll be talking about something. It's like, we should add that as a topic to talk about on the podcast. I said, yes, we should. So, yeah. So it'll be cool. This next one, I think, will be another sort of get to know you type podcast. And then I think the one after that, we're going to be doing. Okay, so that goes there. We're going to dive into something else, which will be fun. So, all right. Yeah, we don't know each other. Actually, this is one of those cases where I actually didn't know something about her. So, which, we've been married, we've been together for almost 30 years, probably over 30 years at this point. Our 30th anniversary is in June. But, oh, there's that segment on Spaceman. I know you and you know. Let's get to know you better. Yeah. All right. Right. I believe. Let's see. How did I do this? I think the first three. Actually, the first four just all go that way, and then we shove out the front. Okay. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. Talk a little bit about fun stuff, and then I think the one we're gonna do after that, I think we're gonna dive into something a little more pop culture-y. I think we'll talk Star Trek, which will be fun. My wife is a huge Star Trek fan. Not quite as much as crazy about it as her mother, who is like insane and stuff. Oh, speaking of Star Trek, okay. Okay, and we do the thing, and then we craft the chests, because those are cool. Nope, we're gonna do one more stack. All right, so those go, and then chests. Perfect. I start a new program at work called the Triple X Collective. That sounds like a website you'd get fired from work for going to. It's like the X is just a placeholder. Okay. I'm sorry. You've been visiting the Triple X Collective. You're gonna have to go speak to the HR. What is the collective? Oh, it's Borg. Absolutely. All right. All right. So now we do those things. So that goes back, and then hoppers on the front pointing to chests. Nobody else gets it. This uncultured swine. Speaking of being uncultured, I don't have enough hoppers. All right. The fun thing about doing all this stuff, let's see. Some folks will be very disappointed when they find out there's no Borg involved. Well, there's actually a backup tool that some people use on servers and stuff. I actually want to say this was originally invented at Google, but it's called Borg. You know, because that makes total sense that your backups would be assimilated. Okay. And chests. Perfect. Yeah, this will be good to build out all of this fun stuff. Oh, this is going to look so good when it's done. Get all those jungle planks in place. Actually, you've got a bunch of jungle up there, right, Snoopers? Okay. Yep. Cool. I think I want to get up there and snag some for the floor down here. Left an anvil if you want to label them. Okay. All right. So cool. All right. Hang on. I've made horrible mistakes. Horrible mistakes. Organizationally, I am challenged. I am organizationally challenged, and this surprises exactly nobody. Right? Yeah. This is why I built sorting systems, so I don't have to be organized. I just let Minecraft be organized for me, and then it solves that problem. Okay. But I should just label a bunch of these things. I really should. We have this really cool mod on the server to label shulker boxes. Do I use it? Yes, frequently. Am I using it now? No. All right. Yes, let's go get some jungle. It's actually both. So you need it on both. But if it's not on the server, it causes all sorts of problems. Okay, so that's that. This is jungle. Perfect. Yeah, so what I can do is I could take, oops. I could take this. I could pop right over here. And, right, I could label it, but then, boom. And now it's got a happy little jungle log on it. And I think that's reasonable. Right? It's gonna be fun stuff like that. It actually does help for the whole organizational thing. All right, so let's go ahead and take all of the sandstone out. And let's get the, put the granite back. Yeah, granite's not a block I'm putting in here. You know, maybe the pink would be nice, but no, not so much. Okay, I do need to swap out all of this back here too. All right. Just because when the shulker boxes aren't there, well, we need to be able to see the floor. So, all right. Cool. All right, so now let's go ahead and look at the mess I've made. All right, so jungle. All right, I believe I do have to. I don't know if I have to come from that far, but it's okay. All right. As the poet once said, welcome to the jungle. Got fun and games. Those are all the words I know because I am real lame. Well, jungle, welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. Okay. Cool. Okay, we'll have to get some more shulker boxes and stuff over there too. But Yeah, this is... Oh, this is going to be so good. Oops, hey, it went a little far. Yeah, for all those people back in the... whatever decade that was when... You know... I don't know when that came out. It was the 80s. You'd think I'd remember it, but I was just a kid. I don't remember anything. Okay. Okay, coal. Torches. If only I had another light source that was handy and looked better than torches. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some lighting in the middle of the room too, but we'll figure that out in a little bit. Though, honestly, I think I'm going to have enough light because I need to put the sea lanterns back behind all of those hoppers. So I might have enough light. I don't have to worry about it, but we shall see. I can also tuck some into the ceiling. Don't know what it's going to look like, but we might be able to slide something cool in there. Yeah, some pearlescent frog lights, for example. Turns out the pearlescent frog lights are exactly the same purple as purple blocks. So that ends up being really handy to know. And it means they'll sort of blend in fairly well. Yeah, I like it. All right, we need sea lanterns. All right, so sea lanterns go back behind here. Okay. Great. All right. All right, next, Prismarine. And it comes out, what's in front of the boxes, right? Yep. Okay, and then this comes out this way, right? Yeah. Well, that was almost in the right spot. Cool. Right, and then we purper. All right. Oh yeah, this is gonna look so nice when it's done. Yeah, definitely have to fill in some spaces here, but it's okay. Oh, that was, again, almost in the right place. Well... Okay, there we go. We got it. We got it. It's problem solving. It's a thing I can sometimes do. Where did I leave the purper? There we go. All right, and because I happen to have like 18 trillion crafting tables back here. There we go, stonecutter. That's what I need. All right, so let's see. Purple blocks. Pillars. Okay. Sweet. All right, so those drop in like so. Cool. And now, what do we need? We need stuff. All the stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and grab some. Ooh, do I want to use the brick? I'm not going to end up replacing the stuff that's over that, I think. Maybe. You know what? Let's use the brick instead. All right. So let's go ahead and get some brick stairs. cool. All right, so again, put these here. So I could end up replacing those and putting signs above that have the what's in each section. But for now, let's see. Okay, trapdoors in like so. Yeah, okay. It's like, I'm looking at this like it's wrong. I know it's wrong. Why can't I figure out why it's wrong? Okay, let's come around the other side here too. Yeah, we're getting there. Said it's a really odd color scheme, but when it's all said and done, I think this is just going to look really, really cool. All right, so short one. Okay, that goes up there. Yeah. Bring all of our happy cherry trapdoors. They are, yeah, they do go that way. Okay. Okay, yes, I do have more. Perfect. Okay. And now I have a zillion cherry trapdoors, but that's okay. That is okay. We'll figure out all of this stuff eventually. All right, so that goes there. And now, get some pale oak logs. That's all right. It's okay. All right, we'll get these in place slowly because, you know, if I did it fast, it would be efficient and things. All right, next. Yeah, so next thing I would need to do is get the shulker boxes in there. Yeah, it's a little dim, but not too bad, right? Light level 6 here in the middle, which is just fine. Okay. Oh, this room looks so good. I was kind of concerned, but no, it actually looks really good. All right. So, let's see. Okay. All right. Need to do a couple of things here. One, let's put those buckets away. I really should fill one of those buckets back up, but just to have a water source, but that's fine. All right, so I now need some shulker boxes. Taking a break. Awesome. Okay. You know, maybe what I should do is go get some black dye. I think it's just 3 more. And dye these shulker boxes that are down on the bottom. Or should I use white? Let's see. I've got some bone meal up here. Got some bone meal. Let's not that one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and do some white dye. You have a shulker all full of dye? That's all right. We're good. If all else fails, I could head back to my base. I've got a bunch of black dye there too, so we'd be okay. Okay. Yeah, this will be good. It's going to be a lot of empty space back here, but I don't think I'm going to complain too much. All right. let's take these shulker boxes. Okay. Okay. And let's just turn a bunch of them white. Hi. But could we, like, do the thing where we use the right box, please? That'd be awesome. You know, I can't say I'm sold on the white. All right. Hang on. I need an actual chest because I can't put shulker boxes in shulker boxes. Yeah, the white is just too blue. Okay. All right, so that's not going to work then. All right. So what color should we do? So we could do black, which would blend in nicely, I think, with the black stone. It would be very black, but might not be a problem. All right, let's, there it is. Let's head back to our base for a minute. Because I know I've got a bunch of dyes. I think the color we're going to want to go to is either just straight black or the dark gray. I think having that line of dark at the bottom is going to be actually really nice. Okay. All right. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, one of these days we'll have the great bridge moving. You know, I wonder if it would be easier to do that with pistons. Okay. All right, let's see what I've got in the way of dyes. Okay, there's plenty of black. All right. Take that. Do I have other gray? Not right there, but I do have plenty of additional white, so we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, the let me duck out here. My ink farm is over this way. AFK spot's up here. But yeah, I've got a little tank here where axolotls are enjoying the company of squid when they spawn. And the access is a little trap door over there. All right. Let's get back with our dice. Ow. Man, I have been sore all day, and I don't know why. It's like from my shoulder to my back to everything. It's like just pushing up on my chair to sort of resituate myself just sends weird pains through my shoulders today. Yeah, I must have slept weird, Snoopers. I must have. Because you think, oh, yeah, it's fine, right? Everything's great. But I don't know what it is, man. I know I went to bed a little bit late. Partly just because I was wired. So I ended up going to bed about an hour and a half later than I usually do. So it was like 10:30 or almost 11, actually, I think. Also didn't help that as I was laying down, I think I felt a little tickle in my nose and then realized, oh yeah, look, nosebleed. That's cool. Yeah, that wasn't cool. So, all right, so we're going to do a couple of things here. One, craft some gray dye. So I want to do one black shulker box. Okay. I think I already know way I'm going to go with this. Take a gray shulker box. Put it over here. Yeah, I'm going to go with the black. I think the black is going to just fit better. Okay. Black. Thank you. One of these boxes is full of junk. All right. Nice. So let's go ahead and get some shulkers up here, and let's. Can we not dye the one that's already dyed? Thank you. Nope, we can't. Apparently, we're just gonna have to keep re-dyeing the same one over and over again. Okay. So we'll go to the other side as well, and we'll re-dye those. Okay. All right. Oh, help with homework time. Nice. Have a good one, Snoopers. Enjoy the homework helping. Yeah, I don't know if it had it in your area. When I was growing up... Oh, we got to go with stream joke first. Stream joke! Why do seagulls fly over the ocean? Because if they flew over the bay, we'd call them bagels. Yeah. I could go for a bagel right now. Honestly, bagels are like my favorite way of doing breakfast sandwiches. Like if you ever had like a, you know, like have eggs and sausage on a biscuit or something like that. I love doing that with bagels. It's so good. Okay, so that's gonna go there because that's the fishies. Okay, this one is empty, so it can go here. This one is also empty, so it can go there. All right. And now we just dye a bunch more shulkers. All right. No, anyways, I was saying, and if you have those things when you were a kid, like, hey, if you call into this number, it's like this homework helpline, and sometimes it was even televised and all of that nonsense. I never called into it because I either didn't need to or didn't care. Probably more the latter. But yeah, totally a thing, right? I am missing a shulker box. That's cool. Okay, got it. Got it, we're good. Everything's good. Yeah, it was like one of the local, I think it might have been one of the PBS stations. Because I grew up in the Denver area, so we had, I think, two or three different PBS channels. Because one just wasn't enough. Okay. Awesome. Now, I suppose I could label those shulkers, but I think it's good. Yeah, so we've got all the good stuff now. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to AFK here overnight and let it just see if I can get some of the prismarine and stuff to build up. But yeah, honestly, this is looking good. I can't say I'm surprised that the colors go well together because we were just laying them out and yeah, they look fine together. This is just really cool. Okay, so cool. So that can go away. I do want to move these boxes over here. The shulkers. All right. So yeah, so we're going to have some sort of hallway that comes down here. Probably some form of stairs or something that come in underneath our farm here. Because I think one of the things I want to do is that, oh look, more random garbage. Let's not lose that random garbage. Because I think what I want to do is I want to have a nether portal that brings us inside this base. Okay. I think I want to have it maybe over here somewhere. Okay. We'll see. I'm going to have to lay out what the actual structure of the building looks like, you know, and all that fun stuff. Also, I want to come in here, and I think I want to rig something so you can stop the guardians before they come all the way down here and hit the fires, so that you can hit them with looting swords and stuff like that. Get XP from them, and you know, all of the looting goodness. And yeah, definitely want to replace this pale oak with something. I may end up replacing it with the prismarine bricks, but it's a thing. Honestly, that tree actually kind of looks kind of cool there. But yeah, so what I'm thinking is I think I'm going to be putting villager wheat farms here in the corners. Basically with the center of the farm centered on the corner of these boxes. And we'll stack up, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them in each corner. So we're going to have a lot of, hopefully a lot of wheat. Okay. How that all is going to sort out, I don't know. Of course, it turns out one villager can actually handle a good sized plot. So we'll have to figure out something, but then getting the wheat harvested, and whether that happens through a lays or through villagers trying to feed other villagers and failing, I don't know. But definitely laying something out here. And then basically building this thing out so it's some sort of like sea lab of some sort or other. I think that's going to be really fun. Said I don't know how it all is going to work, but I'm fairly certain it's not going to look like a giant stone box when we're done with it. Also, I'm fairly certain there's going to be a lot of water we're going to have to sponge out of it, but yeah, it's okay. See, there's another. There are actually, yeah, so we ran into the other day. There are actually 2 more of these happy little structures, right? There's an ocean monument over there, and I think there's one. I think it's over there. Oh no, there it is. It's over there. Yeah, so there's one there, and there's one over there. So yeah, bunch of them. So we could potentially set up other farms. We could do all sorts of good stuff. So yeah, but right now I don't plan to do that. This one farm is enough, you know. All right. Yeah, and said until I light up the caves underneath, our guardian generation here is going to be pretty poor. But anyway, so as I was saying, I think I'm going to be setting up some form of nether portal in somewhere in here. Okay, and then we'll come down a staircase. I don't know, this way somewhere. Do I have a shovel? Yes. Yes, I do. Cool. Let's go ahead and clean this out and see if I can figure out where I may want to put that. Also, it's nice to get a little bit more sand. All right, so if I'm coming in and underneath here, let's actually go in underneath. All right, and let's see, how do I want to do this? I don't know if I want to. I guess it would make more sense to really lay this out, you know, a staircase down once I have the the shape of the structure in place. But for now, we'll just go ahead and dig this out, because that'll work. Also, we're going to get attacked by sand. You know, not my typical favorite thing in the world, you know. I'm kind of with Anakin on this one, you know. Sand is it's not fabulous, okay? I'm not a sand type of guy. Okay, so we're going to get all of this stuff in place. Don't need to leave that there anymore. That prismarine was just there as I was measuring out some stuff, so. Okay. Oh, look at all of the inventory space I don't have. Cool. Jeez, I may have to set up a sorting system just to keep myself organized over here, man. At least that would be fairly easy, right? I could just set up a little copper golem system. Joseph, how's it going over there on Kick? I'm going to delete that message just because we're a family-friendly stream, but glad to have you here. All right. All right. So, let's see. Yeah, we'll come up here. I said I don't know that this is going to be where everything's going to stay, but it's a good start anyway. All right. And where am I from? I'm from the United States. Okay. I'm going to throw that in there. It'll eventually end up sorted somewhere, which would be good. Right. There we go. There we go. All right, so let's see. What do we have now? So we have ourselves a mess is what we have. Okay? Let's not beat around the bush here. This is a mess. Okay. But at least it's a mess with granite, I guess. Okay. Yeah, now I suppose what I could do is I could set up like some bubble vaders, and this is going to be like a high-tech area, right? It's going to be a science lab. So having elevators makes all the sense in the world. Okay, did I miss something? Oh, I did miss something. Okay, yeah. Yep, all of the some things have been missed. All right, so. Right, that's going to go there, and we'll do the same thing on this side. All right, cool. So that's going to slide in that way. And then we'll figure, oh, nope, this was right. That one was fine. All right, so yeah, now I just need to figure out what the heck is going to happen with the walls, which I'm sure are going to be fine. And again, with the whole inventory. Yep, we're just just gonna have to set up a temporary, semi-permanent storage system over here. Because this is a mess, and I am not doing any better at keeping it organized. So it's not like I need a full sorting system over here, but on the other hand, I kind of do. So, because I can't stay organized for anything, man. All right. So anyway, so the plan is we'd have some way over here. Now, that's going to have to stay because that's the pickup system for the Guardian farm. Okay. Now, let's see. If I want to put... Where would the floor be? Actually, now that I think about it. Would the floor be here? Or do I want to put it lower? Obviously, we've got some stuff that we've got to cover up because of, you know, the minecart and stuff. If I want to be able to stand here and attack the... Oh, I don't have my sword on me anymore. What if I had Guardians drop down and I want... Oh, darn it. Oopsies. Oopsies, oopsies. Okay. No, we're fine. Everything's fine. Right, so if I wanted to attack the Guardians there, which I kind of do eventually. You know, that might be... It might make sense to have the floor a little bit lower. Okay. Which is fine. And then it would come out over the top of this, and right, everything would be fun and exciting there, right? Okay. All right, so this would come out this way. I'm gonna, you know, fall down and stuff because that's a thing. Okay. Take this out. Yeah, you know, maybe I do need to set up a little sorting system. The question is, I mean, right now we've got tree action happening up here, so what I could do, this could be sort of interesting. I don't know that I'm going to do it tonight because I don't think I have enough time, but what I could do is if I brought down elevators, say over here, okay? I could dig out an area over here. And I just dig all of this stuff out and put in just a pretty basic, yeah, just a really basic copper golem sorting system over this way. In fact, I had an idea for one that might be able to play off this design a little bit. Yeah, that might be really, really nice, actually. It's not like I, again, need all of the sorting stuff, but yeah, it could be really handy during the build process, but then later, I suppose. So not that I expect this to be my base, because I have, I think I've got 2, maybe 3 more, depending on how you count it. But if I'm going to be over here for a while working on this, I am going to need some sort of storage that's not this. Okay? This is not going to work out. Sorry, no, it's just not going to do it. So, let's see. Yeah, I think I can just get diggy with it and clean out a bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, my inventory is a hot mess. Again, this is why I need the sorting storage, something or other system. partly reasonably sort of kind of organized. Oh, hi. Yeah. Oh, look, there's granite in there too. All right. Yeah. The stuff and things are definitely stuffing. Okay, I had a box that had some sand in it here, right? Okay, that'll work. And then, where was the box of, yeah, purple stuff? Okay, yeah, so I think that's what's going to be next. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to set up a storage room. Just so I have oh, jeez. Just so I have a place to sort of stage out of, if nothing else, right? It's not going to be a permanent storage facility, and at least to the extent that, oh, I'm moving here, and this is where my long-term storage is. But I am going to need something here, so yeah, I like this idea. All right, so cool. Let's go ahead and dump those back into the farming area. They'll get sorted. All right, so yeah, so let's dig out a bunch of this stuff and figure out, well, figure out where this is all going to have to go. Probably not much wider than this. What's that far wall at? That far wall is at 8413. Okay. I don't know that we need to go that far, but we'll definitely need to, I don't want to go... Oh. Okay. Yeah, 8413. I don't want to go past it. But I guess I'll go ahead and dig up to it. Okay, might go a little bit further, but for now. All right, so 8413 puts me not there. Also, a little andesite's not a bad thing to get. Okay, so we're going to be coming out to here. All right. Let's just go this way a little bit, just so I've got something to run into. Okay, yeah, so we'll dig out a bunch of that stuff. And yeah, start to make room for a storage room. All right, so we're coming off where that last chest is. Okay. Which puts me right here, right? Is that right? Is that lined up with that last chest? I think so. Yeah. We're lined up with the last chest. Wonderful. Okay. Just turn on the light level so I can see what I'm getting into dangerous territory here. Okay. All right. Apparently I didn't dig this over far enough. All right, cool. So, yeah, we're gonna have to dig out. I'm gonna have to dig out a bunch here. Fortunately, you know, haste beacons are a thing, so we got that going for us. All right, yeah, this is gonna be good. We'll just set up a. We're just gonna set up a storage room. It'll be just a simple place where we can throw a bunch of stuff, stay reasonably organized, because I'm going to need it. I'm absolutely going to need it. Because I have the hardest time staying organized for anything. And if I'm going to be over here working on stuff, man, it's just going to need it. I'm going to need it. I'm just going to... Okay, stone. All right. Cool. Right, so this is going to come all the way over to here, right? Yep. Nice. So, hey, we're getting diggy with it. Oh, this is good. I had a little bit of a vision for a storage room a while back. Something that would play well with the copper golems, but wouldn't be the type of fully automated. I mean, it would be fully automated in that the copper golems would sort everything. But it wouldn't be the type where you have to go through and necessarily set all the filters and stuff. You know, like a big one where I've got a bunch of filter chests and a bunch of redstone to keep everything set and things like that. It wouldn't go that crazy. It would just be, here's some empty chests, and we'll let the golems sort all of that stuff for us. Okay, well, obviously you have to set the filters first, so the golems know where to put things, but that's okay. We can do that, and it's going to be the type where you would have to leave an item in there so the golems know where to put stuff afterwards, right? And that's been a thing for a while. One of the earliest multi-item sorters I think I ever built was that type where you had to leave one item in the chest so that stuff would get sorted in there. Okay, those things are fairly common. Not typically my favorite type of system in the world because I don't like to have to think about it. On the other hand, for a place like this where we don't have to go like super crazy with it all, I think it's going to work out just fine. So, okay. Yeah, and obviously you have to go up. Oh, look, gravel. Awesome. Gravel, gravel, gravel. So much gravel. All right. And sand. Also the sand. We can't forget about the sand. Yep, sand and gravel. It's that kind of place. And it really is. It's the bottom of an ocean. So, you know. Again, the amount of surprise that's happening here is actually not that high. Okay. Yeah, so we'll dig this out. And yeah, we'll just do a fairly little sorting system. And I say little, it's going to have some space, okay? It's just not going to have crazy amounts of it for each category. Which is fine. It doesn't have to. Okay, so let's go ahead and load that up with stone. There's a lot of andesite in this section here too, so. All right, well, since we've got our, oh, there's slime. Hey, as long as our storage isn't in a slime chunk, we should be fine, right? That's how that works. Yeah, no, it'll be great. Okay. Okie dokie. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just get the rest of this. Get the rest of this dug out, and then I think we'll call it for the night. But that's definitely going to be our the next mission. I think here is get all of that. Oh, it's nice to get some gravel. But to get this sort of laid out and Nice little storage room going. All right. Now the part that's I always have a hard time with when it comes to storage rooms and stuff like that is sorting it. It's like, what do I want to go where? So that's definitely going to be one of those things we're going to have to deal with. But you know, I don't necessarily have to pre-think it too much. It's like, oh well, there wasn't anything there, or the golems couldn't figure out where it goes, so we'll just put it somewhere. They'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, and it is the advantage of that type of system where you're just putting it in the chest that you're ultimately storing stuff in, is that yeah, it's really easy to set. You know, the one that I've got in my main base, I have to go into the back, find the stack that it all goes into, and you know, set the filter there. Not hard. It's just a pain. Okay. And we're going to need another shulker box, I think. Yeah, there's just surprisingly enough, there's a lot of stone when you dig out a big area like this. A lot of stone and lots of other things. Okay, we're doing it on time. Time is good. Time is good. So, okay, that wasn't ideal. Okay, what's this looking like up here? Oh yeah, we're definitely punching a few holes. That's fine. We'll deal with that later. It's a problem for future me, you know? I've got a bunch of those. This is definitely one of them. Okay. And try to give myself some space here. So this first layer that I'm standing on, I actually am going to have to pave with something. Yeah, jungle planks. Still go with thusly. All right, let's grab ourselves another shulker box. Okay. So it's definitely not lacking in shulkers, so we're just gonna go crazy. Yeah, I'll tell you, if you have to stop that. Yeah, no, seriously, stop that. If you have the opportunity to build a shulker farm or play on a server that has one, it's great. It is really nice. Shulker boxes are so convenient. Yeah, so what I'm going to end up doing with this, I think, is we'll set up the storage, and then I think I'm going to have to put in a shulker unloader, since I've stored everything here in shulker boxes. Okay, and then the shulker unloader can be slow, but it's fine if it unloads while I'm AFKing the farm to get prismarine. You know, that's fine. I'm down with that. Okay. So much stuff. All right. It's a lot to do, but hey, I think this is going to be cool, right? It's going to be a fun project, honestly. I have some cool ideas for the science lab, and I'm looking forward to building them. So, unfortunately, there is going to be some tedium with it, as there always is when you have a large project. But that's okay. Okay, still that one is full. Cool. All right. Just grab one more shulker for stone. Might as well. Okay. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll come through here. We'll lay down all of the jungle wood, figure out where the elevators are going to be, because it would be nice to have an easy way up and down. Okay. Because heck, if I'm going to be over here, I'm going to definitely want to be able to get into the storage quickly. Okay, so we'll figure all that stuff out, and then we'll lay out the room. I think that's going to be our project for next week. Oh, it's going to be cool. This is, I hadn't intended of playing this as like, oh, I'm going to have 87 bases here. But honestly, there's just so many cool things I want to do over here, so we're going to do it. Okay. Apparently, I dug a hole. I know, you're shocked. Wait, you're digging a hole and you dug a hole? It's amazing that happened. Yep. I'm cool like that. I can dig a hole while digging a hole. Okay. Just gonna have all the sand. Oh, gotta love that haste beacon. It's so choice. Alright. For those of you who have missed that phrase from the 80s, there you go. Welcome back. Congratulations on being old. Ah, okay. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so we'll dig this out, and then I think we'll call it a night. But man, this will be good. So yeah, we'll come in, and we're basically going to have ourselves a couple of really nice rooms down here, and maybe, I don't know, we'll see what happens as I lay it out. We should probably have a good bedroom of some sort, right? So we'll do something along those lines down here probably. And I think what I want to do is on the top level, which is that area up there where all the trees and stuff are. That's where we're going to have some of the actual lab stuff. And that's going to be a little bit of it's going to be fun to set up. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge to completely populate it, because I'm going to want to bring in a bunch of stuff. We're going to bring in some zombie horses and skeletal horses, right? Those are all sorts of fun. Stone goes there. Oh, that's not the not stone box. Yeah, and so getting all of that. Also, zombie villager will be easy. Okay, we'll be able to get that. I have a zombie villager farm, so, Yeah, nope, you heard that right. I have a zombie villager farm. I don't have a villager farm. I have a zombie villager farm. Because that's just the way I ended up putting it together. But it'll work out okay. So, oops, all right. And, yeah. So we'll get some of that stuff. We'll also need to bring in some zombie camels and all sorts of good stuff. Said, I'm not entirely sure how it's all going to work. The one thing I would like to do up there, but I don't know if I can safely, is to bring in a zombie nautilus. The problem is, depending on where I put all of my zombie things, I need to be sure that it's not in a place where guardians would spawn, because that would be a problem, right? Because I don't want to screw up my zombie farm, right? How about it's my zombie farm, my guardian farm, right? All the prismarine, it needs to be here. So, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move these out of the way. Okay, oh, that wasn't right. Sorry, that was dumb. Stone, not stone. Okay. Cool. It's not great. We'll dig out the rest of it once we get all of the room laid out, but it's a start. It is a start. But that is going to do it for me today. I think we're, oops. Also, we'll drop the VPN ad. Why not? Because, yeah, if you need a VPN, Proton VPN is awesome and amazing, and you should totally check that out. But I want to thank you all for joining me today. I forgot I was pink. Snooper set the theme color to pink, and we're still there. Anyway, I want to thank you all for joining me today. I also want to give a special shout out to my supporters over at musicfreegaming.com. There's the list. They are awesome and amazing. If you'd like to get your hands on some merch discounts, behind the scenes, newsletter, and early access to the podcast, all sorts of good stuff, musicfreegaming.com is the place to do it. It's the second best way of supporting the stream. So check that out. Best way, of course, is to be here and watch the streams, because you are all awesome and amazing, and I like having you all around. Next stream, unlike what the schedule says, next stream there will be Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So check that action out. And yeah, I think that'll do it. So until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music for Gaming signing off.